This is brought to you by the George Jackson Grassroots Collective, a progressive organization in the new African independence movement that cultivates revolutionary transfer culture, liberating the minds through awareness and education, protecting and training our people while fostering unity as stated in the Code of Umoja. Welcome to the George Jackson Grassroots Collective Dialogue Session.
This is Abdullah Ghazi, National Chairman of the George Jackson Grassroots Collective. And today we have a very special guest. Ma'am, could you please announce yourself and tell us about you?
Okay, so my name is Marquitta, and I identify as a goddess, and I am born and raised from Columbia, South Carolina. I am a healer, I am an entrepreneur, I am a visionary, I am a creative, and I'm an artist as well.
Yes, ma'am. You said one thing that's pretty interesting, a goddess. Can you define a goddess?
Yes, a goddess. A goddess is who I am. It's who I represent. I have knowledge of self. I love myself. I respect myself. And as they say, you are a reflection of the Most High. So I am a goddess. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Could you tell us just a little bit of history about yourself and some other experience you got, anything to that nature, and what makes you you?
Okay. So what makes me me? I would say I am, I love to be myself. And I love to be me unapologetically. I love to express how I feel. I know that I am a beam of light. I light up any room that I walk into. I shift the energy of any room I walk into because that's just who I am. That's what I do. But enough of that because I just, really love being me and living life to the fullest and just enjoying breathing each breath of air that I have to breathe. And I say that because I found that getting older, that that funerals and obituaries tend to be more common, and those obituaries tend to stack up. So you have to live life to the fullest. You have to be yourself. There's people who are inspired from people being themselves. Sometimes um, you projecting who you are and fully walking your path, your purpose in your shoes lightens up another person's day, or it makes them feel more comfortable with being themselves. So, that's something I've learned, to appreciate life, love life, and and don't waste your time focusing on what others will say about you. 100% focus on gaining knowledge of self, being yourself, and walking fully in your shoes and standing firm on what you believe in.
Yes, ma'am. You brought up, and what we talked about earlier also is you're an entrepreneur. Can you
Yes.
please go into that and tell us what type of businesses you have? Because one of our initiatives is called the Closed Circuit Economic Initiatives, and that's when we support New Africans, what we consider Black people, New Africans, their business, and it's very important to us because that I feel that's how we accumulate wealth within our people. Can you please tell us what type of businesses you have and what are you into?
Okay. So I am the owner of Ashe Journey, which is ASEJOURNEY, Ashe Journey. And Ashe is a West African Yoruba term, which means the power to make things happen as it is, as it shall be. So it's basically, in a way, it's equivalent to amen. It has kind of that same meaning, but it also means the energy you have in your life force that you have in you. So Ashe Journey is handmade crystal jewelry. I love making bracelets, necklaces, anklets. I also have sage. I have white sage, red sage, which is dragon's blood sage. And I also have spiritual baths, which is great. And I also have Yanni steam herbs and teas. And that's my business. And oh, and let me not forget art. I also have arts. I have paintings, and I also have very unique and peculiar crafts. So yeah.
I would like to ask you, what is the importance of having these type of items that you sell regarding towards our culture? I would add.
Well, I would speak on crystals. Crystals is very spiritual. A lot of people are into crystals, love crystals, and respect crystals and their properties. There are crystals everywhere. There are crystals in our cell phones. And that's for people who, you have people who like to denounce crystals, but they're literally crystals in our cell phones. So they definitely have power and they can transfer energy and they can also enhance certain qualities and things we have within ourselves. So crystals is awesome to have. And this is for everyone that's on their spiritual journey. Love it. You should always have your little batch of crystals. I keep crystals everywhere. And also sage. Sage is great for cleansing your space. When you move into a new home, it's great to sage your place down, cleanse and rid. White sage is great for cleansing all energy, negative and positive energy, just to clear out your space. Red sage, which is dragon's blood sage, is really great for cleansing yourself. If you're doing meditation, it's great to light it up during meditation. It clears energy, it protects. So it's a great protective um thing to burn, you know what I mean? To smudge stick, it's a great protective smudge stick. And dragon's blood sage, red sage, is actually dipped into the berries of a cinnabar tree. So it's uniquely made and it's actually native spiritual practices. So it's ancient native spiritual practices that has been used for hundreds of years. And I also have spiritual baths. Spiritual baths are really great for cleansing your energy, your aura. If you've had a long day, if you feel like you're just carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, it is so good for releasing all of that. It feels like it's pulling all of the weight, all of the negativity, all of the stress from out of your body. It feels like it's literally pulling it out of your pores. So spiritual baths is extremely helpful. It's extremely helpful and needed. It's a necessity. It's literally a necessity, especially for people who are empaths, healers, people who are always communicating and dealing with people on a regular basis need to do a spiritual bath at least once a month, at minimum once a month. And it just helps cleanses your energy and your aura and everything. It's just awesome. It's amazing. And when it comes down to herbs, I have the Yanni steam and teas, in which is my own herbal blend that I studied for a year. Literally took me a year to put this together. Like a lot of practicing, a lot of trial and errors, me practicing on myself to make sure that I'm bringing a great product, something that is 100% beneficial to my queens and goddesses that may experience any issues when it comes to our menstrual cycles or our wombs. And it's really important that we take care of our womb. So with my Yanni steam and tea, you can steam it, and that's if you feel comfortable with steaming. You don't have to steam if you don't want to. So for those who are comfortable steaming, you can steam it and you can tea it. And women, it's for my women to tea it when they are on their cycle. And then when they're off their cycle, they can steam. But like I said, when it comes to the steaming, it's up to them if that's something they would want to do. They don't have to, they can tea it. And it really helps with women who's dealing with cystic fibroids, women who's dealing with a lot of heavy, flow, women who has a lot of cramps. It really helps relieve that. It even helps relieve stress and anxiety. So it's really awesome. And also with the detox teas, those are made to order. I do not have those on my website. And those detox teas it's a really light detox. It cleanses the blood, it cleanses your urinary tract. It really just give you a really light cleanse that you need. And everyone can use some detox. Let me tell you, detoxing is something that everyone should do. That's a necessity, period. I literally have me some detox tea to the side. And I love to drink out of look, do not talk about my glass. I love my glass. I do not want me no small little teacup. I need a big cup for my tea. And that's how I sip my tea. Okay. And this is my detox tea that I have. It's really smooth. It's not real strong. It's not, you don't feel like you're gonna choke or gag when you drink it. It's really smooth to take down. And also the Yanni Semen tea is also smooth to take down as well. And you do not add sugar. Do not add sugar. You add honey. If you need a little flavor, add a little honey. And good to go. And those are my products. And I sell my products in person at the library, Richland County Public Library, the main library downtown. I am there every other Wednesday, and I do have my schedule posted. I have my schedule posted on my social medias so everyone would know when I will be at the library, and that's for an in-person sales experience. And I also have a website where I ship worldwide, which is ashejourney.com. And I'll spell it again. It's ASEJOURNEY.com. Okay. So, yeah, so that's about my business. And like I said, I do offer the handmade crystal jewelry. See, I got that drill 8. I got that drill 8. Okay. My tribe feels me. My tribe feels me. My tribe feels me. Okay. But yeah, so you can never go wrong with having you some really dope spiritual crystal jewelry handmade by these hands, baby, by these hands. Okay. So yeah, I think that sums it up. And I have art. Art, I would say art isn't technically a necessity in a sense. But it could be for people who are, how can I say this, introverts. Introverts need things in their home to just kind of keep their mind going, to keep them thinking, to not have them complacent. So I do think art is beautiful and a necessity to my introverts. And shout out to my introverts, okay? I'm both. I'm an introvert and extrovert. So, it's like yep. I can deal with everyone when I'm out and everything. Once I get home, it's like I'm closed. I'm closed. When I'm home, I'm closed. That's it. But with art, I have some beautiful art. I have some spiritual art. I have the Eye of Horus that I painted. I have a Ankh that I painted. So I have some really cute stuff. And I also have one piece that's exclusive. It's just a little expensive. It's 2,500 and it's called A Beauty Within, and it's so pretty. It took me three days to create this, but it took 3 months for it to 100% cure. 3 months for it to cure completely. And it's basically gemstones onto a very solid wooden base. And I made a design with the gemstones, and it represents inner beauty. And it just something to give people an open mind to remembering that beauty is within. Beauty is not just what we look like on the outside. True beauty is within. So, and that's what the beauty within represents. And that's it, you know, when it comes to all this. That's
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
So a few questions came up as you was explaining a whole litany of things that you have to offer. I would like to talk about the crystals real quick. And just a quick question when it comes to the crystals. Um, does it go by color and mood and things of that nature? Is there like a lucky crystal, a powerful crystal? Does it break down to those type of properties? Is it something, and do you also believe in alchemy?
Hmm. You asked me some good questions. Some good questions. There are different crystals for different things. Even when it comes to the color of a crystal can let you know what chakra it you can use it for. It helps. Different colors of a crystal can help with different parts or different chakras. Okay. Let me tell you one of my favorite crystals, and which I have on now, which is lapis lazuli, and this is reconstituted lapis lazuli. And with lapis lazuli, it's for the throat chakra. And I just love it because if you are a person who is shy, a person who have issues with expressing how they feel, um, lapis lazuli is a great stone for you, and it helps with the throat chakra. It specifically helps you speak your truth. So I love that. For me, I call it the speak your truth stone. Yeah, so colors of the crystals does align with your chakras. Alchemy is equivalent to magic. Well, yes, I'm definitely big on that. I love to dress candles and add crystals and herbs and oil and stuff like that. So that's putting different elements together to create something. You know, I love to do manifestation candles, protection candles. So I'm definitely up for that. I definitely do believe in alchemy. Yes. And using nature's, you know, gifts to help me and people I love in life.
Yes, ma'am. You said steaming in tea. So
Yeah.
just to get into the I never, of course I'm not a woman, so I wouldn't know nothing about steaming it, but how I'm not gonna
You
tell you to
actually
give me a
could if you have a
demonstration.
woman. If you have a woman that steam, you could learn a little something about steam if you have a woman with that steams. Just throwing it out there for my brothers,
Okay.
you know.
So what exactly is it like a do you get some type of machine and put it in the machine and steam, or is it like a tea bottle, or is it a
Yeah.
kettle, or I've never seen it. So just gotta can you explain a little bit of what it means and how it looks like it like so far as verbally?
I will. I ain't laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. Okay, bro? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
But
Yes, ma'am.
okay, so how can I say this? So the ancient way would be putting boiling water in a pot and putting the herbs in a pot. Put a particular amount of herbs in a pot, and then a woman would stoop over the pot and have like a towel or a blanket, something that wraps around her waist. That way, none of the steam is coming out and is going straight where it needs to go. You know, um, and that's with a pot. And some people still do it like that. You know, you get like a metal pot and you would put your herbs in it and you would sit over it. You would stoop over it. And they do have some, they literally, it's when I say there's so many ways to steam, there are so many ways you can steam now. They even have chairs. If a person want a pot, they have chairs that have an opening in the middle that you put the pot under and you can sit under it with a towel over you or a blanket or something to cover your whole bottom up and steam. And then now we have basins and it goes on top of the toilet. And that's what I sell. I actually have sets where people you have a basin, you have the whole Yanni steam gown, you have the herbs. I have an extra little surprise gift in there. And you can actually sit on the basin that's on your toilet and steam. And what you'll do is you'll boil water in a pot and you'll put the water in the basin and you give it a little bit. You put the herbs in there, let it steep for about 5 to 10, 15 minutes. It just depends on you, what you're comfortable with, because it really gets really hot. So, a person would have to be prepared. It's going to steam your feminine area. And if you got foops, it's going to steam the fupa too. So, it's going to steam you up. You're going to be steaming. You're going to feel like the thing going to fall off the bone. Okay. For real. So that's how it works. I hope I gave a really great explanation.
Yes, ma'am.
But yes, that's how the steaming works.
I have a question. Everything that you mentioned so far as the crystals, the steaming, and all the other things that you mentioned, obviously it worked for you. But for the people who's superstitious and for the people who doesn't just believe, can you take a moment to give people evidence or to reassure them that these type of things actually do work?
Yes. So I can't speak from my experience, but there are other sisters. There are other sisters out there who is proof that it actually works. Also, this is not something that just came up. This is not something new. I didn't make this up. This is actually history. This has been practiced and done for hundreds of years. Like there are actual, how can I say this? There's facts that this helps. There are facts that this actually helps, and there are people who can speak on how it has helped them. I'm telling you, people can Google this and put the benefits. And yes, there are how can I say this, Western practitioners that speak against it, but there are people who speak for it as well. I mean, there are plenty of things that you will have some type of people that say, "Oh, don't do that," and then and then you have people that say, "Oh, this worked great for me." So for me, do your research and do what you feel comfortable with. I'm not here to speak against anyone else's beliefs or practices, but always do your research and do what you feel comfortable doing. Never do something that you feel like you're forced to do, or do something because you hear everyone else is doing it. Do your research and make sure you feel comfortable doing it. And that's like my honest advice, because Johnny steaming and herbalism goes back hundreds, probably thousands of years. People have been using this way of living and how can I say this? Valuing their life and increasing their health and vitality with herbs. So this is nothing new. This is nothing that just came about. Look up Dr. Sebi. Look at Dr. Layla O. Afrika. These are people who have taught and practiced herbalism, using the earth to heal ourselves, to have a good, healthy, long life. That's just my honest truth opinion. Do your research and do what you feel comfortable with after you do your research.
Yes, ma'am. Which leads to the next question, as you brought it up: herbs, herbal treatments, and different types of herbs you can use to actually cure ourselves and things of that nature. Can you give me a quick little demonstration of knowledge that you know about that? Something that we can actually use?
Yes, I can. I can. One herb that I really like, and I would say this is it's a really light herb. When you tea it, it's very light. It's basically like petals, and it's calendula. I really love calendula. Calendula is really nice. The calendula is my friend. Calendula is a herb that I do put in my detox and my Yanni steam teas. Is fantastic herb. This herb is also smokable. So for my tribe who likes to smoke but don't want the addiction, the addictives, and all that other stuff, and don't try to look for getting, so that other level, mentally, that's a great smokable herb. And with calendula, let me see. I have my little notes because I study a lot of herbs. So I am a big note taker. So I take notes on everything. I take notes on everything. So with calendula, which is my baby, it's anti-inflammatory and it promotes detoxification, which is great, especially a person who deals with inflammation a lot. Calendula is a great herb and it's a light herb. When I say light, some herbs you can tea and it's like when you, as soon as you drink it, you're like, because it's strong. It's a real strong herb and it has a real heavy taste. Calendula is very light, very easy going down the throat. I just love it. It's an awesome herb. Also, when it comes to parasites, because I had to do some research on this, black walnut, I believe it's black walnut husk. I'm trying to think. I think it's basically the outside part of the black walnut that is medicinal, and it helps remove parasites from the body. So it's really great for a person who eats a lot of meat, who needs to detox, to use that. And they have it in a powdered form and they also have it capsuled. So you can go places and order that in a powder form or capsuled. I'm assuming if you do the powdered form to put it in like a smoothie or something like that. And also when it comes to herbs is one thing I did learn from my research and studies is not every part of a plant is medicinal. Some people would, I've heard of some people taking an entire plant and breaking it down and putting it in a capsule, and not saying it's bad, but not the entire plant could be medicinal. There are some plants where the entire plant is and some where it's not. I do, when it comes to, I think which plant is it? It's like it's in my head. Well, I can't just get it out of my head. It's just don't want to come to the front of my brain. So I just move on to something else. So when it comes to that, you want to know that you have the stem, you have the leaves, and you have the flower. And it's with some plants, because some plants is literally just literally the leaf. You only have leaves, and then you have roots. So you want to know what part of the plant is medicinal. Is it the roots? Is it the stem? Is it the petals? Is it the leaves? Or is it the entire plant? Or will you receive more from the roots than you would of the stem or of the leaves? So it can get real, real technical, but it's not so bad. So that's something very important to learn. Also, I want to speak on, let me see, what is another great herb that I just really, really love? Motherwort. Motherwort is an awesome, amazing herb. And this herb is also in my Yanni steam and teas. And this herb makes your, how can I say this? It stimulates your uterus. So this is not something that I wouldn't recommend taking, like actually teeing when a woman is not on her feminine time. I recommend her teeing only during her feminine time, only because it has motherwort in it. And then also the Yanni steaming teas is not for pregnant women at all. And that's due to the fact that motherwort is in it. So anything that says motherwort if you are pregnant, do not take it because that particular herb will stimulate your uterus, and which can cause you to have contractions, which can cause you to go on early labor and or have a miscarriage. So do not take motherwort. Okay, just want to throw it out there. I make sure that I have that listed on my website. It is not for pregnant women at all. Do not take the detox, not the detox, but the Yanni steam and tea. Do not take it.
Could you tell the people what's the importance of using natural products of like what you have and different herbs besides of using these things from the store that can probably even kill us that we don't know what's in it? But can you add some emphasis of the importance of using natural products?
Okay, so first of all, I would like to speak on being mindful what we put on our skin. That's very important. As I have been studying herbalism, I've learned from other herbalists and also reading that our skin is our biggest organ, for one. Always know that your skin is your largest organ that you have. And we absorb so much through our skin, so much. So you have to be mindful what lotions you're using, soaps. You want to get as close to organic as you can. Get as close to organic as you can when it comes to your soaps and your lotions. I love shea butter. Shea butter is like having a bottle of magic. It's like having a jar of magic because it's organic. It's great for your skin. It helps with the collagen in your skin. It's such a great protective moisturizer. So be mindful of what you're putting on your skin. We're not perfect, and no, you may not have everything that's organic. And guess what? It's okay because there's some things out here in this world we just cannot avoid, but do your best to have as much organic products that you use on your skin as possible. Get just as much as you can, and I say that because sometimes some things can say organic and you use it and you be like, oh, this did not work. This ain't work for me. This ain't work for me. So, I understand that. I've dealt with that when it comes to deodorant. And I remember purchasing a very expensive deodorant. And I was like, oh, this is organic. Oh my God, you can't tell me nothing. So I'm putting the deodorant on. I'm handling my business through the day. And I'm like, oh no. Like, oh my God, I stank. I was like, I can't believe I stank. Like, I am stank. Like, oh my goodness. So I was like, I'm about to go back. I might have to go back, and just kind of read up and kind of get as close to organic as I can, but I can't go full throttle. I feel like I just couldn't go full throttle, So I say that to say this: just do your best to have as much organic products as you can. Some things we may have to have a little extra razzle dazzle in. We might, I'm pretty sure there's some people that can say, "Oh, you just got to change what you eat and everything," because there are people who believe if you eat meat and certain things that it will cause you to have a smell or need deodorant. So, that it can be a debate with that. But if you know that you eat a little meat and you're not going to stop eating meat, because there are some people that's just like, I'm going to eat this meat. I'm going to eat this meat. I might not eat a lot of it, but I'm going to eat some of it. So do your best to have as much organic products as possible, but don't beat yourself up if just some things just don't work for you. It's okay. You only do your best. When it comes to foods, I would speak on, I love vegan food. I eat lots of vegan food. I mean, I just adore and love, but that is not all I eat. I do still eat meat too. I don't eat a lot of it. I do manage how much meat I eat and where I get my meat, how I cook it, all of that stuff, what I'm using when I cook, all of that stuff matters. My best advice that I have learned is to learn your body, your blood type, find what works for you, what don't, because not everyone can cold turkey just go without meat. And I've learned that from watching another healer and her health journey of learning that she had to include a little meat into her diet in order to lose weight, in order to get to balance her hormones and sugars and all that. And I was like, wow, I didn't never thought about, looked at it like that. So it's like the biggest thing is learning your body. Learn your body. And now there are certain things out there that does affect people almost the same, no matter your race, religion, color, whatever, body type, blood type. Caffeine, terrible, especially for women. It's horrible. Caffeine, like, I feel like it just goes in your body and attacks your uterus. It attacks your hormones. I end up starting a job one time and started drinking coffee every day. Imagine never drinking coffee like that to drinking coffee every day, and it completely had my hormones extremely out of whack. 100% out of whack. I literally had to do like a lean green detox. I had to eat a lot of avocados, parsley. I had to tea parsley. People don't know that. Teeing parsley, literally getting fresh parsley and boiling it for a little bit, not too much, and drinking that will balance your hormones so good. Yes, you literally have to do that for about a week or two every day. Have to have fresh parsley, boil it, drink it, and it will tremendously help your hormones. I had to do that. I had to do green peppers. And this is all from drinking coffee. And I probably drank coffee almost every day for about 6 months and found out how terrible it did my body. It was terrible. So avoid caffeine. I know there are people out there that's just like, I cannot go without my coffee. Baby, you're going to have to go without that coffee because you keep going with that coffee. You're going to have problems down the line. See, everyone's body doesn't give like a response so fast. My body responded after 6 months. Yeah, some people's bodies are just not going to respond until you get down the line. And now stuff is so jacked up, you literally may not be able to come back from some of the damage it's done to your body. So always keep that in mind. Just because your body is not telling you, hey, something is wrong, doesn't mean it won't down the line. And if it do down the line, it may be really bad. Sometimes we can damage our bodies to where that you can't revert. It's hard to reverse it. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but it will be more difficult. So you don't want things to be, already we have to deal with a lot through life. You don't want to make things harder for yourself, so try to avoid caffeine at all costs. Figure out a replacement. There's ways that you can, take non-dairy milk, like almond milk, and you can get the non-dairy creamer, and you can get the organic chocolate and make like a mix, and it gives you that sensation. It won't give you that up because some people drink it because they're low on energy. So, and that's a whole nother conversation when it comes to energy. And I'll just switch to that. So, when it comes to your energy, and that's for people who drink coffee because their energy is low, try matcha powder. Matcha is really good. That gives you natural increased energy. I love adding matcha to my smoothies. And then moringa powder is really great too. It's like a vitamin and energy boost for me, but try to play around with it. Try moringa and try matcha and figure out which one will work best for you. But you have to figure out a way to use natural substances, herbs and things to increase your energy and stuff like that. So, and that's all for the coffee. The next is sugar, white sugar. Cut the white sugar. Do everything you can to get pure cane sugar and do your best to work on your sugar intake. And I'm not perfect. Let me tell you something. I be having an issue too sometimes because chocolate chip cookies, literally call my name when I'm in the store. I'm in the aisle. I can hear the cookies calling my name, Marquitta, 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 Marquitta. I'm like, oh my God, why are they calling my name? I do not need you today. So you want to try your best to cut down the sugar or look for replacements. For me, I love pineapples. Pineapples is one of my replacements for sugar. If I feel like I want sugar, it's pineapples. So, find your replacement. And also, if you're craving sugar too much, I mean, if you literally feel like you're going to pass out and fall out if you don't have sugar, you need to detox because it can be a sign that you have parasites in your body and they're feeding from the sugar because parasites don't like bitterness. They love sugar. So sometimes you might want to think about if you have too many sugar cravings, too much, too often, you may need a detox because you may have parasites in your body. And I think that's, I hope I gave some great tips. And there's some things I
Yes,
learned,
ma'am.
like I said, no one's perfect. Just do your best, take baby steps. Don't try to overnight it because that crap is hard. I'm about to say something that is hard. So do your best. Give yourself pats on the back for your small steps. And that's all I have to say.
Yes, ma'am. That's very educational. And that's one thing we like about the dialogue session is that we can talk about something that some people can actually take from the dialogue as something educational. That's why I love doing dialogues with progressive people like yourself. And that's what it does, it educate people. But speaking of education, could you tell us a couple books you read that gave you this vast knowledge on what you do right now?
Yes. So African Holistic Health by Dr. Layla O. Africa. And I hope that I'm pronouncing it right. I hope I am. But that book taught me a lot about herbs. It literally teaches you about acupuncture. It teaches you about any ailments, diseases, how you can use herbs and foods to cure them or to heal yourself. For me, it's a book every family needs. It's an awesome book. If you believe in holistic health, it's and it's the go-to book. It's literally like a doctor's office in your home. It's amazing. It's amazing. So that's one book, and that's all about health, herbs. I mean, they even break down the science, astrology, and horoscope and zodiac signs. Like it's literally extremely deep, but it is a great. Like I literally have the book in front of me now. Like it's such a great book, and this is the book. So this is what it looks like, and it's not that expensive. Had this book for a while, probably like 2 years now. You see, I got all types of sticky notes because I am a big studier. This is one of those books that you just don't go through and then put it away and never pull it out. You literally keep this book out like how a person will keep a cookbook. You keep this book out like you keep a cookbook, and you consistently take notes. Any health issues you may have had, anyone in your family may have, you want to have sticky notes. You want to have these to place in there because this is something that you can use to help your family, to heal your family. Anyone in my family that believes in me, my craft, my gift, can call me and say, "Hey, I need help. I need some herbs for this. I'm having this problem. Can you help me come up with something or put something together to help me?" I can do that. I can do that. I can provide that for my family, for my friends, for my community. I can do that. So this is an awesome book to have. And like I said, this is one of those books that you read and you have to keep studying it. You have to have your bookmarks so you can keep going in place and learning certain things. This life is like a classroom. You have to keep studying and keep learning and growing. So, yeah.
Yes,
So that's
ma'am.
one.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Those are
another
some
book.
good. Oh, you got
Huh?
another one?
Yeah,
You got another one?
I have two more. I have two more.
Okay, okay,
Um,
go ahead.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
I
most
have
definitely like that book.
right. Look, I'm gonna pull up one more time because I need everybody to
Yeah,
see this.
yeah, I'm
This
screenshotting that right now.
this is a must have. Yes. This is for those, someone needs to hear this. You are the healer in your family. Get this book and stop playing. Somebody need to hear, stop playing. Get this book. Okay. So, and then I have another book, and this is because the fact that I work with crystals all the time, I love to increase my knowledge on crystals. I don't like to always feel like I have to go to Google for stuff. I really love stuff I can have on hand. So, Crystals for Beginners. It's a great book. It's a great book. That's when I say you will learn so much. I've read this book, and like I said, I'm a person who love to take notes. I love to study. So I have a lot of bookmarks and stuff like that because I like to go back and look at stuff and read stuff because when you are a person who are multitasking different things, baby, you're going to have books out and you have to consistently go back to it and study and read. You're just going to have to because you do so much. And this is for my people who multitask, who are entrepreneurs. You're just going to have to do it, So I consistently study and read. And this is a great book for people who want to learn crystals and you are if you're not a beginner, it's cool because if you want it broken all the way down in layman terms, baby, you want to get the for beginners and you don't have to be a beginner. Don't have no shame because I literally have no shame in my game because I am learning, baby. Life is a classroom. I'm consistently learning. Okay. So don't have no shame. And this book teaches you so much. I did not even know that crystals actually communicate with each other. They literally communicate with each other. I did not know that. It's so dope. And it teaches you about different shapes and how different shapes of a crystal can let you know what you can use it for. Don't look at a shape and just think, oh, it's just a crystal. It's so pretty. The shape of it can let you know what its purpose or use is, the most effective way it can be used or utilized. It also talks about the chakras and the colors and how which color crystal go for which chakra. So it's perfect. I think that this is an amazing book. Amazing book. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta let people know, look, baby, I read too. So I know my tribe,
Yeah.
look, because I know my tribe is gonna see this and look, because I didn't speak about how I'm working on music too, but we're gonna go to that. I have one more book I want to speak on. So another book is Melanin Empath, and it's by, and I had to make sure I pronounce her name right. It's Jade Asakiwa. Asakiwe. Jade Asakiwe. I pray I'm saying it right. And it's Melanin Empath, and I think that is I know that this is an amazing book for my empaths, for my healers, for my intuitives, for my clairvoyants, spiritual tribe people. This is an amazing book for you. And especially, and I would specifically like to say this because it is called Melanin Empath. So, specifically for my melanin brothers and sisters, this book is for you because it's titled Melanin Empath. So for my melanated people, this book is for you. If you are spiritual, an empath, clairvoyant, a healer, this is for you. My priestesses, this is for you. This book speaks extremely, when I say it goes step by step in depth on melanin, what makes up melanin, how we can utilize our melanin to attract abundance and manifest the things that we deserve and want and need out of life. It's like a breath of fresh fucking air. And I have to say it like that. That's me. It's like a breath of fresh fucking air. This book is amazing for people who need help with utilizing and harnessing their energy and their gifts and their talents as a spiritual being. This book gives a breakdown of how to utilize your melanin, how to utilize your gifts, and gives you inspiration and motivation to accept every aspect of who you are as a melanin being, every aspect. And also learning and growing and standing firm in your beliefs and having knowledge of self. It's a necessity to have. It's a necessity to have. And I will say this is great for my melanin spiritual people. Because you have to be open. When you're open to that spiritual path, baby, this is the book that you need. You need this book. You need this book. You need this book. This book is gonna people who are having a hard time stepping into their purpose. You need this book. This book is gonna help you take them steps, baby. This book is gonna
Can we see the?
it's gonna hold your hand. Now, this book I don't have in physical form. This book I have on Audible because I do listen to a lot of books on Audible. So this book I have on Audible, and I can consistently pull it up and listen to it. You know, times change now. So for our busy people, and I'm one of those busy people, I don't always have these physicals. I also have books that's on Audible that I listen to as well. And it's for me, the fact of me being a kinesthetic learner, it works great for me to have books that I can touch and read and books that I can actually listen to. It works great for me. It works really great for me. So, you know, for my people who learn well like that, you can get the book on Audible and listen to it. You can get the physical book. Either or, you need that book. However way you need to get that book. But yeah, so I listen to it on Audible and you'll find it. It's Melanin Empath.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, those are some books I'm definitely gonna look into. Thank you for the reference. Um,
Welcome.
which leads me to my other two questions. Let's get a little bit into what type of music you make and also the vision board.
Okay, so I'll speak about the vision boards. I'll speak on that last. I'll speak on the music now. So as far as the music, I'm just stepping back into that path, that light, because I've been receiving this calling to utilize my voice because I know I have a lot of power in my voice. And what's been calling me is music. And I've done music before in my past, but I was on a different path. And I did not have none of the knowledge I have now. Like, I'm honestly like an extremely, I feel like I'm opposite of where I was when I first started. So I'm just stepping out. You know, I know I have a lot of people like, oh, you got a video, you got this, and I'm like, wait. Like, I'm just starting out and I have a project that I am working on currently. And I feel so great about it. I feel so confident about it. And I just know that my ancestors is walking with me every single step of the way. I wouldn't want it no other way. So I'm basically, for me, I am truly being my authentic self and I'm bringing my spirituality, who I am, and I have a love for trap music. I just love, I don't care where I'm at on this spiritual journey. Baby, I need to hear me some trap music. Like, I just love it. It's like trap music is like my kryptonite. Like how people like and I know it sounds so crazy, but like how people like to chill and relax off of like crime stories. Because I have a kid that just loves, I'm like, this kid go to sleep off of crime story, like in the world. So there are those people who love to chill and relax off of crime shows. And for me, it's the trap music. That's like my kryptonite. Like, you know, I hear the trap music, it's like I'm ready to like, hey, I could have just got done doing my meditation and prayer, like, hey, I'm about to turn up, hey, for real. But it's like a mixture of what I love, trap music, spirituality, hip hop, and just me being my authentic self, living my best life. You know, I feel like I have a purpose. I'm walking in my purpose. I'm standing firm in my purpose. And I'm just ready. I'm just ready. I'm gonna go. I'm so ready. I'm so hyped. But
Yes, ma'am.
that's where I'm at with the music.
A quick question with the music. When you say trap music, you are more talking about the beat and the frequency. And me myself, I mean, I like all different types of music. And me being a revolutionary, you know, even though I am a revolutionary and kind of changed my old ways, I still like a little rap. I still like a little everything, and it gets you going in the morning, that frequency, that energy, but just to add emphasis, you you're more talking about the beat and the message as well, right?
Yes, it's the beat and it's the message, but at the same time, like I said, it's me bringing all of me. So with the music, it's all of me. I know where I am right now in life, but it took different aspects and things for me to get where I am. So it's me basically making a compilation of all of me. And that's accepting every part of me, all of my stages through life to get where I am. So I'm incorporating everything that makes me me into my music, everything, and my message is strong. I know that once I have some things I'm working on, and once I do get some things out there, I know my tribe is going to come to me. I know my tribe is going to feel me regardless. Like, I just know it. But I definitely understand where you're coming from. And yes, I love trap music. I love trap music that talks about everything, everything. I feel like I don't never roll solo. I always got my spirit guides and my ancestors with me. So I know sometimes certain frequencies I'm on is not 100% me all the time. It's not, you know. So, and that's a little deep. That's a whole nother conversation. But I accept every part of my soul and being and everything that comes with me. And that takes some work, takes some shadow work and everything. And I embody everything. So that's what I'm bringing forth with my music is everything that makes me me. And my tribe and my people is gonna feel me to the core. I want people to feel me. They're gonna feel me in their soul, you know. So, you just gotta stay on the lookout so you can feel me, understand where I'm coming from. And I know that what
Yes,
I
ma'am.
make is not my music is not gonna be for everybody, and I'm okay with that. I'm not for everybody, but I'm definitely gonna pull up as me, and that's for
A
sure.
question, a question I gotta ask you before we go to the next question and then the final question. Um, what is your tribe? Can you add more detail in what is a tribe and what do you consider your tribe?
So my tribe is the people who are on the same frequency as me. People who represents themselves as gods, goddesses, queens, kings, empresses, emperors, priestess, priests, so everyone that's on that spiritual frequency, on that same frequency as me, is my tribe. People who understand me, who feel me, people who we have things in common, people who may have walked similar shoes of lives as me. I feel like I walked in many different shoes, so I can relate to many different people through many different walks of life. So my people who feel me, who connect with me, that's my tribe. And I have in the soul tribe. A lot of people have soul tribes. People, y'all just you are connected to this person. You know, it may be a person that you just meet and you like, dang, I feel like I know them for a long time. Like we just met and we talking like people probably see y'all be like, dang, y'all been friends for a long time. We just met. So that's a person that you would consider that's my tribe right there. That's my people. We here. We're here. We're here. We're here. You feel me? Like we're here. So that is what I consider my tribe. That's what I consider my tribe, my people.
Yes, ma'am. So let's get into the vision board. Can you tell us more about what that's all about?
Okay, so the vision board, I just love vision boards. This vision board is a part of art, and I am a vision board host. So I do events. I can't wait to plan my next event. It's going to be coming up really soon, so I can't wait for that. And I really love to inspire and motivate people, and I love to help people bring their vision to light. I love to help people see their vision and help them figure out ways to make their vision a reality. So with the vision boards, I provide the vision board. I provide all of the materials. I also take everyone through guided meditation because that's very important. When you're creating a vision board, you really need to embody what you're putting on this board. You really need to put yourself in a place to where it is already a reality for you because your subconscious mind controls everything. Your belief system controls how successful you can be. So creating a vision board is very important, especially for people who have a hard time manifesting or meditating to how can I say this, to have the life that they want, to have the life that they deserve or they need. So I really help people bring their vision to light. I basically hold their hand through those first steps. And once I hold their hand through those first steps, then it's up to them to take off. You feel me? Let them take off. So that's the thing about vision boards.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And you also have something with a group of women. Y'all have some type of event. Can you explain that event before I go into the last question I have for you?
Okay. So that what you're talking about is a sister circle. And I am big on sister circles. I love, and I haven't been to many different ones. I particularly and frequently go to one sister circle that's held by Queen Akua. And Queen Akua is a goddess priestess that is my sister. I love her so much. She is amazing. And she holds these sister circle events and gatherings for any sister to come to gather with other like-minded spiritual sisters in a very loving, open environment. And it's so great for networking. It's great for releasing. So anyone who's having any type of trauma they need to release, that's a great place to go for a little.
Yes, ma'am. And I know we talked that we didn't want to go deep into details because they're not on with us. So hopefully, like I said, we do these quarterly, and we like to check back on all of our people that we had on the show the first time, and continue on checking with them in the future. So I wouldn't mind having them on the next time, and we talk about that. But which leads me to my last question: what is the importance of sisterhood?
Excuse me.
And what does sisterhood mean to you in a time in this modern time?
Okay. So sisterhood is extremely important, especially amongst our melanated sisters. And I say that in particular, excuse my voice, because I'm a little hot, but especially for our melanin sisters in particular, because of where we come from and what we have endured and been through. And especially when it comes to dealing with the portrayal of us on social media, television, and it's not always. We do have places that show us in the best positive light, but also they sometimes show us in the worst light. Like they make it sometimes it's on television, social media, whatever, they make it look like we're about drama. We don't know how to get along. We don't know how to gather without fighting, arguing, and all of that stuff. So sisterhood is extremely important because we are not only proving to ourselves, but we're proving to the next generation of women that we can gather, we can have sisterhood without having conflict. We can love each other and respect each other. We can have these connections and bonds without having any type of fighting or any type of major conflict. We can actually have that. It's a fact. Sometimes it's hard to believe when you don't see it. So I really appreciate Queen Akua creating that space, because it also created a narrative that we can gather in a sacred space and feel loved and heal and grow and elevate and accomplish spiritual goals or self love or self-care goals. It's a necessity. It's a necessity, because we have to show the next generation that it's possible and that it's needed. I don't think studies have shown people with friends live longer than people who don't. So having that circle of sisters there for you that you can count on, lean on, talk to is amazing. It's amazing and it's necessary.
My my last question, throw a little monkey wrench in there. I do that sometimes.
It's okay.
Um, when you bring up sisterhood, we just had a dialogue about love and revolution. And a lot of people's having a hard time with relationships now in 2024, due to, the different morals and ethics and values in this time and age. Is there any type of advice you can give towards single people looking for love? And does sisterhood prepare you to be with a good mate?
Okay, that's a great question. Thank you for asking. Um, I would say that having a diverse sisterhood with sisters is great. This is why I say going to a sister circle or attending gatherings with other sisters who are like-minded is great to attend, or at least you guys share one common belief. It's great to attend because it's not based on age. It's no limit. So you're gonna have sisters of different age groups, different backgrounds that can give you advice. Their lives are, they have different lives. I've spoken to sisters who've been married for 20 years. I've spoken to sisters who've been divorced, sisters who are searching for love at a more delicate age. And I've learned a lot. So I would say definitely for a young woman or young man, and I just speak on brotherhood too, who are single, to surround themselves with brothers of different ages. Please don't surround yourself with people that's only your age. You are, that's a disservice to yourself, to your self growth. Please be around people that's way older than you. It's great to have a circle of people who are above your age range, and they can give you advice, great advice. My advice to anyone who's single and searching is to love yourself first. Always love yourself first and make sure that you're ready. A lot of times people just not don't always be 100% ready to be in a relationship, but they want it because they're seeing everyone else in it. So just make sure you're ready. Make sure you've worked on yourself, because the last thing you want to do is come into a relationship with a bunch of emotional and mental baggage. That's not fair to the person that you're getting into a relationship with, to have to deal with emotional or mental baggage. No one, that's not fair to no one. So make sure you work on yourself. And also, for some people, sometimes you're looking where you don't need to be looking. Sometimes the person that's for you is right there, but you're looking over them, because you have a certain standard that's really not how can I say this? I'm not gonna say it's too high because you want to have standards, always have standards, but don't overlook someone for something that's not major. Maybe someone right there in front of you that's for you. Because there are times where people pair where they're not 100% ready, and they both help each other, which is a very fair. I feel like a fair pairing. So yeah, so that's my best advice. And make sure you're prepared to love. Make sure you're open to love. And like I said, we're not perfect. No one's perfect. Everyone doesn't get into something all the way 100% ready, but definitely be open to love, be open to grow, and you just have to want it. You both have to want it. You both have to work for it. Nothing is always easy. Some things take work. Some things take more work than others. So just be prepared and surround yourself with different people that can give you people that you can go to for advice. 'Cause some people are not those people, So make sure you have a circle of people that you can actually talk to that's going to be honest with you, not going to judge you, that can give you really great advice and wisdom.
Yes, ma'am. That's a very good answer. I would like to thank you for having you on here. It's been an honor. And most definitely we're gonna tap back in with you again and have another dialogue, a follow-up, and another follow-up in the future. Um and one last thing, can you tell people how to reach you and where to find you?
Okay, yes. All right, so I'm on Facebook as Marquitta Ashe, and that's Marquitta. I think it's on the screen. AS with a hyphen over the E. And you can also follow me on Instagram under Big Goddess Energy, okay, which is BIG dot goddess GODDESS dot INNERG. Okay. And follow me, and I'm also on TikTok under Ashe Journey, and that's ASEJOURNEY. Okay. So
Yes,
yeah, that's
ma'am.
what you can reach me at. And if you want to shop with me, I'll say my shop one more time. It's ASEJOURNEY.com. Okay. And that's
And
it.
all right, ma'am. So I like to end it off by saying free to land and let's build to win. All power to the people.
Yes, Ashe.